So I'm going to show you how to add a couple Dahua cameras that are on a Dahua XVR to a Dahua NVR. First thing you want to do is log into the web interface of the XVR, which I have open here. I'm going to verify the cameras I connected are showing up. I click on Live on the left here, and then I plug the cameras into channels 1 and 2. So if I click on channels 1 and 2, I should see the live view of those two cameras, and there they are there. So next thing I want to do is check the network settings for this XVR. To do that, I go into Setting at the top left here, then into Network, then make sure that I'm in the TCP/IP section. I'm going to verify the IP address, which is 192.168.2.213 for this XVR. And then I'm also going to go into port here on the left and verify the TCP port, which is in this case 377777. So now that I know the network information for the XVR, I'm going to log into the web interface of the NVR, which I have open in this tab here. Then I'm going to go into Setting at the top left, then into Camera. Once I'm in Camera, I'm going to make sure I'm in the camera list. If you click Search Device here, you'll see all the cameras and NVRs in the same network as the recorder. But for this case, we want to add the XVR via manual add. So I press the manual add button here. Once the window pops up here, I'm going to choose which channel to start on. In this case, I'm going to start on channel 1. I'm going to leave the manufacturer as private because these are Dahua cameras on a Dahua XVR. Then what I need to do is change the IP address to the IP address of the XVR. Once I do that, I'm going to verify the TCP port, which by default is the same as the TCP port on the XVR. So I'll leave that alone. Then put in the correct username and password. So I have the correct username there. I'm going to type in the password. If you have the correct username and password entered in there, click Connect on the right here, and then you'll see the total number of channels change to the correct number of channels. So in this case, this is a 16-channel XVR, and it now shows 16 channels. Because I've only connected cameras to channels 1 and 2 on the XVR, I want to only pull in those. So to do that, if you click Setting on the right here, it'll show that all the cameras are selected by default. But if you click All, they'll deselect all of them, and then just select the ones that you want. In this case, I just want channels 1 and 2. Once those are highlighted, I click OK. Then click OK at the bottom. Then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom section here and see that the two cameras have been added here. They show the same IP address because they're from the XVR, but they show channels 1 and 2. At first, they'll have a status of red, but if you click Refresh, they should change to green if they successfully connected. So now that I know that those are connected, if I go back to the home screen by clicking the button here and then going to Live, I can verify that those two cameras are showing up. So I added them to channels 1 and 2. They show up here, channels 1 and 2. So now if I click on those, I should see the live view of channels 1 and channel 2 from the XVR.